Caitlin Clark to the New York Liberty? Confirmed? You guys? The photo circulating went viral of Caitlin Clark in the bowels of the Barclays Center with Liberty coach Sandy Brondello and Breanna Stewart and Sabrina.
With good cause, the basketball world is a hive of activity. What began as a straightforward conversation in the tunnel after a game has now grown into the most significant tale in women's basketball. Superstar guard Caitlin Clark, who is still bound by contract with the Indiana Fever, was seen with New York Liberty players Breanna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu, as well as their coach Sandy Brondello, in what appeared to be a private meeting.
I want to talk about this little scene that took place after the Fever game last night in New York between Sandy Brondello and Caitlin Clark, the New York Liberty, and the agent. The agent. That is what makes this so interesting.
However, this was no ordinary discussion between rivals. Erin Kane, Caitlin Clark's agent, was right there in the middle of the conversation, transforming what could have been light conversation into something that has every WNBA fan wondering the same thing. Is the most well-known figure in women's basketball already preparing to leave Indiana?
And many people is insinuating that Caitlin Clark could be trying to plan the outs of Indiana. Yes. People is already saying that Caitlin Clark could be trying to get the hell out of Indiana.
Something extraordinary occurred in the Barclays Center tunnel area during the Liberty's resounding 98-77 victory over the Indiana Fever on Wednesday night. Despite missing the game because of a persistent groin strain, Clark traveled to New York. Just that choice caused some controversy, but what followed sent the basketball community into a tailspin.
Is a WNBA team that have been very, very, very much in, they made it clear that they want Caitlin Clark, or they're eventually going to want Caitlin Clark. Along those lines, they made it very, very clear. And that team is the New York Liberty. And today, we have just seen the New York Liberty players, after the game, meeting up with Caitlin Clark. It is Stewie, it is Sabrina Ionescu, there is Sandy Brondello. And by the way, Stewie is not leaving New York the rest of her career. That is one thing that I will be 199.
Alongside players Breanna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu, Clark and her agent Erin Kane were seen having what seemed to be a private discussion with Liberty coach Sandy Brondello. The visuals were powerful and well-planned. This encounter in the hallway wasn't random. This was a planned encounter between a player, her agent, and what many believe to be the top women's basketball organization.
New York Liberty sent the blitz. Sandy, Sab, and Stewie are all talking to Caitlin Clark in the tunnel. So my guess is this right here happened at the conclusion of the game. This, my friends, is currently going viral all over social media right now. That is Caitlin Clark immediately after the game. Now, what's crazy is that her team lost the damn game, but Caitlin is all smiles. She's all smiles.
Fans were instantly wondering what was being said as a result of the Liberty players and Clark's beaming faces, which went viral. It was a welcome sight for her followers and a frightening one for Fever fans to watch a player who has endured hardship from opponents throughout her career at ease with the Liberty's leadership group.
This is how it starts in sports. This is how it starts in the NFL. This is how it starts in the NBA. When you start seeing the wheels in motion, there's signs. There's signs before eventually a player gets traded. A player eventually marks their next destination. The Indiana Fever, you're on notice. You're on notice. You better recognize what you've got going on, the asset in front of you, and you do whatever you have to do to correct what is happening.
If you find this entertaining, please subscribe. Let's face the facts about what's going on in Indiana. The Fever launched a daring Now You Know ad promising domination as they started the 2025 season with championship expectations. In the hopes of creating a championship challenger around their star, they brought in seasoned players like Natasha Howard and Dana Bonner. Here's the truth, though. At 12-11, the Fever are still having trouble defining who they are. They have been beset by injuries. This season, Clark has missed 11 games because of a variety of illnesses. The team doesn't appear to be able to put together consistent performances, even when she is healthy. They appear to be contenders for the championship one game, and then they get thrashed by teams they ought to defeat the next.
Guys, imagine getting on national TV, being paid by ESPN, paid by CBS, and have the nerve to look at the viewing public, lie to them, and say the Indiana Fever are more dangerous without Caitlin Clark. I'm curious, are those same people going to be on TV this evening, tomorrow morning? Are they going to look in the camera and double down on the Indiana Fever are more dangerous without Caitlin?
From the beginning, the organization's treatment of Clark has been dubious. After looking into claims of fan conduct during a recent game, the WNBA was unable to locate any solid proof. At best, the league has been tone deaf to the fan base of Indiana, the same fan base that drove the WNBA to record attendance and viewership. Instead of designing the system around the generational skill, Stephanie White's coaching strategy has been to fit Clark into her framework. Instead of creating a system about Caitlin Clark, Stephanie White is creating a system and attempting to fit her into it. When you have the league's most marketable player, that is coaching malpractice.
I think the obvious issue is Stephanie White is so stubborn to fit a circle in a square peg instead of utilizing the strengths of the team. And she probably felt relief because Caitlin Clark was hurt that, oh, this is my time. I could introduce the culture and the system. And some actually bought in. And then when Caitlin Clark comes back, she doesn't know how to use her. That's not...
Let's now contrast the difficulties in Indiana with those in New York. Not only are the Liberty the reigning WNBA champions, this particular team has set itself up to rule the league for many years to come. They have already formed what many people view as a super team, with Stewart, ICU, and Jonquel Jones at its center. The Liberty's head coach, Sandy Brondello, is a successful veteran who knows how to develop players to their full potential. As head coach, she has guided teams to playoff success twice and is a two-time WNBA champion. Instead of pressuring players into predefined roles, her player-first strategy focuses on placing them in situations where they can thrive. Additionally, the Liberty's roster construction is better than Indiana's. They have complementing players that are aware of their duties surrounding their stars. Natasha Cloud offers seasoned defense and leadership. Leonie Phoebe offers diversity and flair from around the world. Even their depth players, such as Maureen Johannes and Kennedy Burke, have championship experience. Above all, though, the Liberty have established a winning culture. It's evident that the entire organization shares Stewart's belief in bringing a championship attitude to New York. They are constructing a dynasty rather than only attempting to win one championship.
But the Liberty have shown her love. We've seen that as a bit of a theme. There was the moment between Stewie and Clark when Clark came back from injury the first time. And then there were some nice words. I missed the moment myself of them posted up there for a second. But there were some nice words from Liberty coach Sandy Brondello that I did capture. And I thought they were...
Consider Caitlin Clark as the running point for a squad that already has Sabrina Ionescu and Breanna Stewart. The game of basketball would be a moving work of poetry. Ionescu's three-point shooting and Stewart's flexible scoring would have endless possibilities thanks to Clark's court vision and passing prowess. The offensive potential would be unprecedented for the WNBA. However, the Liberty play in the biggest media market in the country, with ownership that recognizes the importance of star power, is about more than simply the in-court product. The Brooklyn Nets owners, Clara Woodside and Jode Tsai, have demonstrated a dedication to creating a championship team. They have made investments in player development, coaching, and infrastructure that no other WNBA team has matched. One of the best venues in all of sports, Barclays Center, is also where the Liberty play. Compared to Clark's experience in Indianapolis, the Brooklyn fan experience is unparalleled. The Liberty have established a culture that encourages players to visit and allows stars to flourish. In terms of basketball, the fit is ideal. Clark's skills would be a wonderful addition to the Liberty's current core. She improves everyone around her and is a transcending passer. Proven goal scorers Ionescu and Stewart would gain a great deal from Clark's playmaking skills. Just the three-point shooting would be absurd. Consider attempting to defend a squad that has the ability to launch from any location on the court.